Hey, what's up? It's your girl Neek, and you're tuned in to Neek at Night. Well, it looks like Drake has finally confirmed that he is the father to this alleged baby. In his track on his new Scorpion album, he admits to having a son. In the song, he says that he wasn't hiding his son from the world, he was hiding the world from his son. I'm going to play a little clip of it for you guys to hear that line. And then I'm going to talk about it a little bit, and then I want to know what you guys think about it.
Look at the way we live. I wasn't hiding my kid from the world. I was hiding the world from my kid. From empty souls who just wake up and look to debate. Until you're staring at your seed, you can never relate.
So there you have it. He admits to having a son, and he says that he wasn't hiding his son, that he was concealing his son from a cruel world who would ridicule him. And I mean, I understand. Before I even made this video, I posted on my Facebook and I was like, well, we got confirmation. Drake admits to having a son, blah, 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 blah. And then one of my friends on my Facebook, they're like, LOL, ha, 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 like laughing. And they're like, oh, so you believe him? And honestly, I do believe that there is a reason why he kept the information hidden. I think that if he would have had a baby by a wholesome young lady, it would not have been a secret. Being that he had a baby by a porn star, I can understand and I can see where the embarrassment lies. I can understand why he wouldn't want to share such sensitive information when all he's going to do is be clowned for, you know, having a baby by a porn star. But, however, this does not take away from him taking an L to Pusha T, because once this information was dropped and it was exposed, I feel like, you know, I would have appreciated him to come back and give these same lines on a track back to Pusha T where he's like, you know, going in on him, but also clarifying that, you know, I didn't hide my son. I just didn't want to open up my son for ridicule and things like that. If you lay down with somebody, I feel like you should be able to accept the consequences. You should be able to understand that with having sex, whether it's with a random stranger or somebody that you're in love with, if that person isn't on birth control, and even sometimes, even when they're on birth control and they're pretty healthy and everything like that, there's a possibility that the person can get pregnant. And being an adult, I feel like those are consequences that you have to be able to accept and man up to. A lot of times men will lay down with chicks, they'll have, you know, unprotected sex with strangers, and, you know, they'll have children, and then they'll blame the woman and act as if like it wasn't a two-party situation, that it didn't take two to tango. But even though I feel like people should man up and, you know, accept their responsibilities, I do believe that, you know, if this is something sensitive to him and this is something that he didn't want to share, I don't believe that he had to necessarily share it and open up his child for ridicule, especially given the circumstances of the situation, being that, you know, the woman was a porn star. I understand why he wouldn't do it. Me, myself, you know, like, I couldn't see myself as being a porn star. I just could not do it, especially being a mom. It's just something that I just could not see myself ever doing. However, the people who choose to become porn stars and they choose certain professions, I can understand why they do it. Some people are good at, you know, having sex, and that's how they want to make money. And some people are actually addicted to sex and they're having sex anyways. So I can understand how certain people can get into certain professions like that. And hey, if that's your profession and that's what you choose to do, that's how you choose to make money, and it's an honest living, I don't judge you. But since the world is such a judgmental world, I can see how certain people can be embarrassed for that. I can see and I can understand. But just because I'm able to understand certain aspects doesn't all the way make it right. Drake is, like I've said, even in the Pusha T beef, even when I said and I came forward and I'm like, yo, he took the L, he's still one of my favorite artists. And just because he lost the beef with Pusha T and Pusha T won in the battle, he's still my favorite artist. I still downloaded Scorpion like I was going to do regardless. And I still got a whole bunch of more tracks to listen to. But before I dug into the album, I wanted to come talk to you guys about that. I know that each time I open up about my life, that's giving people who, you know, when I talk about certain subjects, ammo to, you know, talk about me. But here, this is one thing that you can't hurt me with my truth. I can live in my truth. You know, like one person on one of my videos, they commented, what video was it? I was talking about XXXTentacion, and in the comment section, somebody was like, oh, well, while you're talking about XXXTentacion, why don't you talk about how you had a baby out of wedlock? And I'm like, was that supposed to hurt? Like, was that supposed to be something where I was like, oh my God, how dare you? Like, no, that's my truth. I had a baby and I wasn't married. And even though I had a baby and I wasn't married, I don't think that, you know, having a baby and being married is the end all be all. I don't think that you have to be married. I feel like if you have somebody that you're in love with, you guys are in love, and you decide to bring children in this world, and you guys both make a commitment and an agreement that you're gonna do what's best for the children, I think that that's most important. A lot of people think that, oh, you have to be married. You can hate the person. You cannot, you know, not get along with the person. But, oh, if you're married, that makes it right. No, sometimes people bring children in this world in situations that are unhappy. Some people are in marriages where they're being abused. They're in marriages where, you know, one party or another is like, has this crazy addiction to alcohol, drugs, whatever, but they stay in it because they're afraid to be judged by people. I think what's most important is to bring children in this world who are in healthy situations, in healthy co-parenting environments, if you choose not to live with the person. But I feel like it doesn't necessarily mean that, you know, you have to be married. So, yeah, those are my thoughts. I know, like, you know, I'm kind of, you know, going all over the place or whatever, but hopefully you guys could follow me. Like I said in the beginning, yeah, that's confirmation that Drake has confirmed that he is the child's father. I understand why he would have been embarrassed by something like that, especially being in a cruel world like this. However, he still lost to Pusha T because once it came out, you know, it is what it is. It's out there. And, you know, hey, you know, it's exposed. And I feel like at that point, if he was going to address it on this Scorpion album, then he should have came back at Pusha T and gave those same bars in a response. But hey, it is what it is. But y'all let me know, what do you think about this confirmation of Drake confirming that he is the father to this alleged baby that we all speculated once Pusha T dropped the news? Let me know what you guys think. Let's talk about it in the comments. Alright guys, that's all for this video. Stay tuned for more celebrity news and gossip. But in order to do that, make sure to hit that like and subscribe button right now. Alright guys.